Question 7. Factorize x squared plus 4x minus 12. This question 7 has a normal factorization question where you have x squared plus 4x minus 12. Provided the coefficient of x squared is plus 1, like in this case, plus 1, note again, you can apply the method that will be explained to factorizing questions like this. This is very much different from that of question 5 and 6, where we have to use difference of two squares. Here is just a normal one where you have a letter or an alphabet to the power of 2 that's squared, then a number with the same letter and a constant. This is a normal one where you have to look for two numbers that you multiply to get you minus 12, yet when you add them together it gives you plus 4. Let's just write it out. We're looking for two numbers where we multiply and get minus 12. Let's concentrate on the 12 first without the minus. What are the numbers that you can multiply to get you 12? You have 1 times 12 will give you 12. You have 2 times 6 will give you 12. And you have 3 times 4 will give you 12. Looking at all these options, let's say we write it out. You have 1 and 12, you have 2 and 6, and you have 3 and 4. Looking at them, if you add these two together, that's 12 and 1, it gives you 13. If you subtract them, putting the larger number first, you get 11. That's 12 minus 1. In the second case, if you add them together, you get 8. If you subtract both of them, putting the 6 first, you get 4. For the third one, if you add them together, you get 7. When you subtract both of them, that's 4 minus 3, you get 1. Looking at all of our options, this is for addition and this is for subtraction. The one that has a 4, same as the number in front of x or the coefficient of x, is 6 and 2. That's the one we're going to use. So 6 and 2 are the two numbers that you multiply to give you 12, and when you add them or subtract them, it gives you plus 4. Now let's figure out the one that gets the minus, because one of them will have to get the minus for you to get minus 12 when you multiply them together. Remember, we just used the 12 without the minus. Now we have to put the minus where it belongs. We have 2 and 6. We have to get minus 12, yet you have to get plus 4 when we join them together. For you to get minus 12, that means one of them is getting the negative. Which one is getting the negative? The plus 4 determines the one that gets the negative. Now for you to add these two numbers together and you get plus 4, that means the smaller or the lesser number has to get the minus. Because if the bigger number gets the minus, that means you're like owing 6 and you're having 2. By the time you pay 2 from the 6 you're owing, or use your calculator, minus 6 plus 2, you get minus 4. And we're not in need of minus 4, we need plus 4. So the 6 gets the plus and the 2 gets the minus. So you have 6 minus 2, it will give you plus 4. So what we're going to use to solve this question is 6 and minus 2. So we have our minus 2 and 6. We can choose to put any of the two first. All we have to do is we are going to add x to both of them. What we've simply done is we've broken down this plus 4x into two values, minus 2x and 6x, using this 12 as our standpoint. So you have it as x squared. You can choose to write minus 2x first. It's better that way, so your question doesn't get too complex. Then you have plus 6x. The 6 has a plus, you add an x to it. Then minus 12. We group them in twos. You have x squared minus 2x in one bracket. Then in second bracket plus 6x minus 12 in second bracket. We have this. What is common in the first bracket? You have 2x's here and you have 1x here. Now if you have 2x's here and 1x here, that means you can get 1x from this and 1x from this. You bring out that x that is common in both of them. So you'll be having x in x squared, or x squared divided by x. X squared divided by x. X squared is x times x divided by x. 1x cancels 1x, you'll be left with x minus. The other algebraic expression in the bracket is minus 2x. Or just, we've written down our minus, we have 2x. So we'll take our 2x and divide it by the x that we brought out, this x. The x will cancel the x, you'll be left with 2, so this will be 2. In the second bracket, what do we have in common? You have 6 here and you can also get 6 in 12. 12 is 6 times 2, so you bring out 6. You know, you can get 3 in both of them, you can get 2 out of both of them, but you have to get the highest common factor in both of them, which is 6. 6 is the highest common factor in both of them. So you bring out not just 6, you are bringing it out with the plus sign, so you have plus 6 into open brackets. You have 6x divided by 6. You are dividing this 6x by this 6 that is common in both of them. The 6 will cancel the 6, you'll be left with x. So this is x. Then you can put your minus here. Then you divide your 12 by 6. 12 divided by 6. That's this 12 divided by this 6. 6 in 6, 1. 6 in 12, 2. Or 12 divided by 6 is 2. You close your bracket. To know you're correct, if whatever is in this bracket is the same as this, know you're on the right path or you're correct. So you take one of them. So you have x minus 2. Take one of these two that are similar. Then you join this x with this plus 6, both outside in another bracket. So you open another bracket, you have x plus 6. You close your brackets. Your answer is x minus 2, x plus 6. From our options, our answer is D, x minus 2, x plus 6. What if in a case where you have minus on the other side, let's say at this point you write x squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 12. Still the same answer you get, but let's just solve it. Let's roll a line to share it. You group them in twos, x squared plus 6x in brackets, then minus 2x minus 12. No, this 2x owns this minus, so you have to put it in brackets. Now what's common in these two algebraic expressions where you have x squared and plus 6x? X is common, you have x in this and x in this. So you take out the x that is common. Once you take out the x, this x squared will drop by 1x, this will be left to x, plus x in 6x, the x will cancel the x, leaving the 6 behind, so you have 6, close bracket. Now in the other bracket, what's common in both of them is 2. You have 2 in 2, you can take 2 out of 12. You're not just taking out the 2, you're taking it out with the minus, so it can look like this, so they can be the same. So you take out minus 2. Let's do a rough work by the side. In this case, you have minus 2x divided by minus 2. You have to divide this minus 2x by this minus 2. And you know, when you are doing divisions and you have negative and negative, the negative will cancel out or turn into positive. Then you have 2 cancels 2, you'll be left with x, this will be left to x. Then this 12, like I always said, owns this minus. So you have minus 12 divided by minus 2. So you are dividing this minus 12 by this minus 2. Like just solved, this minus will cancel out and turn to positive. Minus divided by minus is positive, is plus. That's two same negative signs. When they divide themselves, they give you positive, same as multiplying them. So you have 2 in 2, or 2 divided by 2, 1. 2 divided by 12, 6. You cut to the lowest term. That's 6. So you have plus 6. We close our bracket. Note, when this minus 2 came out, watch what happened. This minus in this bracket went away, and this second minus changed to addition. So in cases like this, you should be careful. Now, when you take out minus 2 and you're factorizing, it changes the positive and the negative signs in the bracket, leaving it in this form. And to know you're correct, this has to match this. This is x plus 6 and this is x plus 6. That means you're on the right path. You take one of them. You have x plus 6 in one bracket. Then in the second bracket, you have x and minus 2. You join the two factors or what you took out together. X minus 2. So like in the options, you have x minus 2 first, then x plus 6 in the second bracket. Still the same thing. We see that putting either plus 6x first or minus 2x first, you still get the same answer. But I know most of you would prefer the first method we used. But in some cases, you might get questions where you have a negative somewhere around here and might have to use this to solve. So you have to still learn this and make sure you master it.